You can support this show at patreon.com/ASA podcasting.
The wasteland is a post-apocalyptic mess as the sole survivor wanders out, about to see the rest. Nuclear explosions sending out the gamma rays from deep within the core, frozen atomic waste. From deep within the core, frozen atomic waste.
Welcome to the 53rd edition of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. It's the second episode of Season 6. We are the show who compares and contrasts Fallout experiences through a lively roundtable discussion by playing through the same quests with characters who have been randomly assigned drastically different attributes. Welcome, everyone.
Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's Fallout Feed Roundtable. I'm Andrew, joined tonight by Steve. Hi, Steve.
Kia ora.
Great job on the intro read. I don't think you flubbed it at all. Rare exchange. I don't know if I wrote it with just a grammatical structure that's odd or something, but it just seems to be a chore to get through that hurdle of a sentence structure for some reason. Thanks, Steve, for an awesome read. And Ray, hi, Ray. What's going on?
Evening, Andrew.
I'm so happy to have you with us tonight. Sarah should be hopping on here in a little bit. She had to throw some smackdown at work, so she should be here before too long. We'll see Sarah in a little bit. But quests tonight, guys. Roundtable. This is our first batch of quests. Ray, did we do a good job of going over our characters and all that? We know we did some backstories and stuff. I think we went into our characters a little bit. Ray, could you remind us about your character? Just a short reminder, a little backstory, or what your specials are, at least, or something like that.
Yeah, so my character is Jang Jun, and she was raised in a group of Chinese Americans that had been interred, just before the war got to the point where bombs were dropping, and many of the people in that group were Vault-Tec employees, and so they knew what was coming, so they built their own vault in the internment area, and so they survived. And Jang Jun is a ninth generation descendant from that group, and is of the age now where she's out exploring the world for herself. And so she ended up in Sunshine Tidings Co-op, and got that started off. That was the closest settlement to my starting spot with the alternate start mod. And so she's been rolling along from there. She's just hit level 20.
Oh, wow.
And she hasn't done any of the main quest line at all.
Nice.
As a matter of fact, she's if it wasn't for the fact that she had to go to Red Rocket to set up the new settlement for the railroad quest line, she wouldn't have even gotten that far into the northwest part of the map.
Wow. So where did it dump you off your alt start mod? Was that over by like the Federal Reserve?
Yeah, by the stockpile. It's that little chapel right over there is where they drop you.
I love that place. Yep. So cool. Nice church, and then the overpasses right over there and everything. Very fun. So help me figure something out here, Ray. You're ninth generation. You said you're of Chinese descent. So in the internment camp, there were engineers who were ethnically Chinese who were in an internment camp who then created their own vault inside the internment camp. Like they constructed secretly.
Yeah. So the only internment camp that actually gets mentioned in the game is on a holotape in Fallout 3. And it's labeled as It's like PA-16 or PA-76, something like that, which leads you to believe that it was in Pennsylvania. So for the sake of this character, I imagined that they had built an internment camp in the Green Mountain area of Vermont. And so that area is known for its granite quarries and copper mines.
And the hate of Chinese.
Well, really in Vermont, they hate anybody that isn't from Vermont.
Those New Hampshire bastards.
And so it is, it's an area that they would have been able to find a place to be safe from the radiation.
Very nice. And Steve.
Really quick, I wanted to point out something you had. Oh, no, never mind. I retract that. Yes, so me. My character's name is.
What was that, Steve? What were you about to say? What happened?
That he had commented that Jang Jun he thought was a male, but I thought it was a woman that worked at Bethesda. But it is a guy that works at Bethesda.
And I remember writing down the name.
Jang Jun Cha?
Yeah.
Last week, Ray, how I thought phonetically, how I thought it was spelled, and it's nothing like how I tried to spell
it. Oh. Yeah, it's kind of tricky at first because, when you look at his Twitter, it's a picture of a man and a woman. And it wasn't until I, went through some of his tweets that I found, some stuff where he was referring to himself and it was a picture of a guy.
Nice. Can you think we can get him on the show?
Could be.
Was he a 76 employee as well? Or 4?
Actually, I think it was 3 and Skyrim.
Oh, nice. So, yeah.
3, 4, and Skyrim.
Okay.
We should totally try. That'd be awesome. You'd be like, I named my character after you. It's you, man. It's you. No, that's totally sweet. Awesome. That's really great story, Ray.
I love how many people are using the character name generator, even though you don't need to feel you don't have to use it. You can name your character what you want, but I think it's great.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is that I haven't been anywhere near Codsworth, so I don't know what it sounds like when he says it.
Ray, please record that when you do it. I don't know if you need to be on Twitch or something, but I'd like to hear Codsworth say that name. That'd be sweet.
All right. Yeah, I can record it on Shadowplay.
Nice. Speaking of Twitch, real quick before Steve gets into his character a little bit here. The quest we are doing tonight, Diamond City's Most Wanted, DB Technical School, and Confidence Man. I ran Confidence Man on Twitch this morning. That's twitch.tv/ASA podcasting. If you'd like to see Bell's run through Confidence Man, check it out. All right, Steve, go ahead.
All right. So my character is Timmy, and he was a soldier, and he lost use of his legs in the Gobi campaign in 2066. I looked that up in the Fallout wiki. That was a thing in the Fallout lore.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It doesn't say much about it at all.
Okay.
It was a one-liner. It was a part of the American invasion of China. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that means we get to make it up ourselves.
Exactly. And so then they gave him some cybernetic implants, right? And then when he makes his way to the Commonwealth,
like New Vegas, we had those implants. Were there implants in 3?
There's implants in 4. Kellogg has a bunch of cybernetic implants.
Right, you're right. But it's in New Vegas, you could go buy some and get them applied to your stats or whatever, like kind of like bobbleheads or something. I don't know.
Cost heaps of caps.
Yeah, so fucking expensive. Were they in 3? You guys know? Did you guys play past
Yeah, I
game?
played 3. No, they weren't in 3.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no worries. So then I figure, since he did get the name Timmy, I thought, oh, how can I incorporate that into the, somewhat like the South Park character. So Timmy, of course, is in a wheelchair. So I thought, well, he's going to, living a lie. So he's as the cybernetic implants start breaking down, he will start using power armor frames, not unlike the woman from the Pridwin from the BOS.
Yeah,
who
yeah.
doesn't
Proctor-
have legs.
Proctor Quinlan.
Proctor Quinlan, yes. So I thought that was cool. And so I am actually doing a lot of the main quest line. That's how I'm going to do the quests as we come up to them in the round table, but so I'm keeping myself entertained when I'm playing by doing the main quest line. I find it brings more of the different things that are happening whenever I'm going around, like the BOS, are now patrolling around, and I run into their patrols everywhere.
Sorry, what faction
And
are you running with?
no, I'm not running with the BOS. I'm going with the Minutemen playthrough, even though I pretty much got Preston in the gang and left him at Sanctuary.
The Minutemen don't necessarily have to be against the Brotherhood. Are you attacking the Brotherhood every time you see them and all that?
Nope, I am just following along and picking up the remains of whatever they clear out ahead of me whenever I run into their patrols.
That's fun. I've never tried that before. Cool.
One time I was over there by the interchange, and there was 3 of the what are those planes called again?
Birds.
Vertbirds, yeah. 3 of them were patrolling around, and a ghoul attacked me, and I guess a stray bullet of mine went and hit one of the Vertbirds, and so all 3 of them started circling around me and shooting at me. Yeah. So they won.
Surprised it didn't take it down. You know what I mean? pipe rifle bullet.
Yeah, no, they were pretty strong. They ended up winning that battle, actually. And then when I reloaded, I didn't. I made sure I didn't shoot at them. So. So I'm going through the main storyline, and I'm at the point where, let's see, I don't want to give anything away for people who haven't played, but I've got to go get someone to decode a particular chip. So,
are we really not doing spoilers?
I don't know. There's a few people who are playing right now that haven't been through the main storyline, so I know it's been a couple of years.
Harry hasn't played the main story. I know that. I don't know. Is there anybody else in the group? I was just Aaron from Mindfog. Still hasn't finished the game. Other than that, those are the only 2 people I know definitely who are in the group who have not finished the game. Well, no, Blake never finished the game, did he?
It seems like there's a few new people that just started playing.
Nice.
We can cut them some
anyways, I had to go take out Corsair, and then so now I've got to go find the people to go decode that for me.
After you exit, have you been to Fort Hagen?
Yep.
And after you exit is the first time, like, have that whole scene, right?
People of the Commonwealth.
Is that when vertibirds start coming through it? Because I haven't seen one vertibird in the game yet. That
is when they start their patrols.
Okay. Because I am an official member of the Brotherhood of Steel. I've done it before in some fashion. I don't know if I played through the whole main quest this way. I think I have. But I'm enjoying the Brotherhood. That Reese dude, though, fuck that guy so hard in the face.
He is a class A jerk.
It's amazing. I'm going to, after I complete the main quest, I hope I can still find him. because I'm going to kill him immediately after I finish whatever I need the Brotherhood for. You know what I mean? Yikes. Speaking of the main quest, there's one thing I really want to go do. Ray, I think maybe you mentioned it in the last episode. There's a special pair of glasses, intelligence glasses in the Institute. Did you mention these?
Yeah.
Who was the guy? Remind me his name, please.
Well, he's the Patriot. He's the guy that who is your contact with the railroad.
Oh, so I have to go in through the railroad. I was just going to go in through the Brotherhood, but I have to use the railroad to go in.
No, because it's. I'm trying to remember how you get
Liam.
There you
Liam's glasses.
Liam's glasses. All right. I will.
But I'm pretty sure he has to die in order for you to get those glasses.
But you said he's a railroad member?
He's your railroad contact at the Institute.
All right, so I don't give a fuck if he dies because I'm Brotherhood, baby.
I've never been able to get those. You can't get it apparently if you've completed tradecraft. So
all right, before tradecraft. Remind me which that is
tradecraft is the one where you go off with to get the deliverer. Yeah, with Deacon to go get the deliverer.
Okay, so you have to get glasses before deliverer.
Yeah.
At what point do you get access to the ballistic weave stuff? Because that would be also pretty cool to get. You remember?
So that's after you do the DIA cache for Pam.
Ballistic weave is the DIA cache.
Yeah, and it's when you go to the skyscraper. It isn't the Hub 360 or the hospital, but when you I can't remember now. It's like the broken down skyscraper.
It's not like a tower or something, is it?
No, it's pretty simple to get.
I thought it was a random one. You just had to do like at least one of Pam's fetch quest.
So originally I thought that was the case, but I've had it where consistently when I do that, that one it unlocks the ballistic weave immediately after that.
Which they won't give you that quest until after you've done trade quest.
Yeah,
or tradecraft, sorry.
Because you have to get into the railroad.
Yeah. So Andrew, you'll have to get the glasses first, then you'll have to do tradecraft, then you'll have to get the ballistic weave.
Okay, so I'm with the Brotherhood. Who should I use to set to after I go talk to our friend down in the glowing sea? He sends us away, and we have to use a specific, A, B, or C in some of these factions. Is there one that is more beneficial that I should use? I don't necessarily have to use the Brotherhood. That won't exclude me from being in their faction if I use someone else. Should I use the Railroad? Go in necessarily? It doesn't matter.
I'd do it with the Brotherhood myself.
With the Brotherhood?
Yeah.
So, all right. So I'm going to do a little bit of research into these Liam's glasses, just because the intelligence. I have those the road goggles, which are just some of the coolest goggles in the game. If you guys remember, listen to 2 seasons ago, I believe, I played a character called Susan, and Susan was the representation of our favorite disc jockey over at West Vault Radio, voiced by our friend Laura. Laura said she gave me a little bit of criteria about what Susan is like as a character and what she would wear and such. And those road goggles were one of the things that I was supposed to find as a character and wear those because she thought they looked really cool. And I agree, they look very, very awesome. Like sort of like mad scientist goggles almost, mixed with motorcycle, 1950s motorcycle or something. They're really sweet looking. Anyway, I could not find them for the life of me the whole time with that character. The goggles evaded me. I searched high and low for 65 levels with this character. Could not find goggles. I went to the wiki. Wiki told me to go to all these places. I went to all those places. Could never find them. It was horrible. Anyway, with these last two characters that I played after, I found them within the first 5 levels of the game without any effort whatsoever. Just randomly on like a dead raider and like a dead gunner or something. You know? Like it's remarkable. Anyway, I have those goggles on right now, and those give me a +1 intelligence, which I like a lot. They're really fun. They look cool. Give me a little bit of intelligence. I'm doing the outfit thing where I have them like I'm not running the outfit switcher mod, but I have 3 different sets of outfits that I use: a charisma outfit, an intelligence outfit, and then sort of like my battle gear. I have all those on my quick menu. So that's pretty.
You wearing a Ushenka hat?
Yeah.
Ushenka?
Yeah. That was one of my next points there, Steve. Thanks. How is that hat supposed to make you look intelligent?
Keeps your head warm.
Yeah, it doesn't make you look intelligent. It just makes you intelligent.
I put on my intelligence outfit, guys. I look like a fucking dope. It's the best.
Yeah.
The charisma outfit is even better, right? I get like black rim glasses, the pompadour wig, and I was in the sequin dress for a little while, but I just went over to Trinity Tower and rescued Strong. So now I always say Agatha's dress because I'm usually a female character. But what is the male's suit called? I forget.
Reginald's suit.
Oh, Reginald's suit.
Yeah,
Reginald's. Yeah. So I've got his suit now. So that's the +3 charisma mixed with the pompadour wig. Just so silly looking on my character. Have you seen my character? He's like a big, bald, black dude with white hair and a huge white mustache. And you put the pompadour wig on him. And like his white mullet sticking out underneath the pompadour wig. It's hilarious. It's really fun. Anyway, you guys, any other introduction stuff we need to get into before we get into some quests?
I'm doing my regular perks, which is heavy gunner and chem resistant, which is cool, and moving target. Yeah. But where I had open spaces, I've plugged in intelligence, and I'm putting in stuff to boost up my power armor, since I'm going that way, like nuclear physicist,
science, and blacksmith.
Yep, and armor. Yeah, exactly. Armor.
Hey, Steve, the chem resist is one of the perks that I drew. I've never been a big chem user in the game, and I've actually sort of started in my list of 50. I've got the first level 50 mapped out, but I've actually sort of started. I'm not going exactly in order of my map out because I needed to take Blitz a little bit earlier than I mapped it out because, holy crap, it sucks to do a melee character and not have Blitz. You got to really get up in people's faces. But anyway, the one I'm skipping a lot is chem resistant. Can you tell me? Give me a good strategy. How do I use chem resistant effectively to make it fun and useful?
You can take lots of chems without getting addicted at all.
So
that's pretty much what it does.
Character. See, I don't use chems though. In my melee character, what am I gonna make? What is most beneficial? Jet or Psycho Jet? Like I don't know which ones are best for melee.
Buff out's awesome, and then you can make a buff jet. I think it is a buff jet or buff tats. Buff tats is the one that gives you like 7 minutes of plus strength and stuff.
Buff tats.
Yeah, you'd combine mentats and buff out.
Okay, mentats. At least great mentats are a charisma boost. What are normal See, I don't know anything about chems in the game. What do mentats do? I know great mentats are 5 charisma. But what's just like a regular?
Regular mentats are intelligence and perception +2.
Intelligence and perception, and a buff out is a strength.
And buff out is
resistance and strength or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's +2 strength, +2 endurance, and +50 max hit points.
Okay. Oh,
and then if you combine them into buff tats, that gives you for 8 minutes. It gives you a +3 strength, 3 endurance, +65 max HP, and +3 perception for 8 minutes.
3%. Holy fuck, that's significant.
Yeah.
Uh,
So that's where if you combine buff out and mentats, it really gives you a nice boost for quite a few minutes.
How does the chemist perk work? Because that seems like that would go hand in hand with the chem resistant perk. Does that let you create more different varied chems, or just makes them last longer?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Both. Yeah. Once you get full chemist, it like doubles the time that the chems last. So instead of 8 minutes, it would be 16 minutes. And that's not in-game minutes, that's actual minutes.
Oh, wow. That is significant then.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Yeah, I really haven't, like I mentioned a million times, I haven't used chems at all. So I need to jump in and use that. Well, especially with a melee character, I think they're even more applicable. You know what I mean? Like it seems appropriate to jam a bunch of fucking chems in your system and then run up and smash people in the face with a hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you combine buff out with jet, it'll give you buff jet, and that gives you the plus, but
That's-
not for the amount of time. But it slows time for 15 seconds, but it gives you that boost. So I always preferred to have the one that lasted me, 8 to 16 minutes long though, so I can just stretch it out.
Yeah, I hear that. Right on. Well, guys, let's talk about some quests. Best quests, season 6 of the Roundtable. Anybody new listeners out there? Please feel free to jump in at any point of this season. We're doing the best side quests in the game, so you don't actually necessarily have to be caught up or play along with the main quest or do anything if you want to hop in and hop out all season long. We'd love to hear your thoughts on your play along feedback. If you'd like to roll your own character, there's a Fallout 4 random character generator on our website at asapodcasting.com by clicking on the Fallout feed section. Roll yourself a character, and we'd love to hear any audio feedback you got to the Fallout feed at gmail.com. And thanks everyone for participating. Last episode, we have an incredible batch of listener feedback, so that was really awesome. Everyone keep up the good work. We did have someone who forgot to mention anything about their character's backstory, so we might have to play a sound file later, depending on if we have time of getting through our quests tonight. Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about some quests this evening. The first one I have here is Diamond City's Most Wanted. So...
Yeah,
go ahead, Steve.
okay, I was just gonna say that was one I suggested because
Oh, nice.
for time after time, I never noticed that board on the wall that you could get.
Yeah.
In fact, just today I noticed that there's actually one outside the dugout inn as well. I've only seen the one outside Swatters.
There's the one right outside of Swatters. That's the one I always go to. But just by reading the wiki today, I just learned that there's also one. I thought it was on the inside, but I never actually saw it. It's on the outside of the dugout.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. I read it in the wiki too.
Yeah, I just read it there. I'm not sure if it was inside or outside, but I knew I just saw that there was over at the dugout inn as well. So I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, you're right. I was always visiting the one by Swatters there in the Diamond City Market.
It's just a funny kind of thing that Bethesda put into the game. It seems like, that they had this repeatable quest there on a board that nobody tells you about. There it is, though.
I had no idea it existed.
Hey.
Hi.
I didn't even see you come in. I'm sorry. I was at a
That's
different
totally fine.
What's going on, Sarah? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you for letting me hop on a little late.
No, you're
And
quite
yeah.
all right. Thanks for
Speaking
hopping
of-
on.
Yeah, speaking of Diamond City's Most Wanted, I am actually currently killing not well raiders in Andrew Station.
Well, get out of my station, stupid
I
raider.
know. Rude.
What are they doing in there? What is Andrew Station? It was kind of just like
It's a subway station, it looks like.
that's
Yeah.
sort of
Filled
closed
with
off.
raiders.
A train going from one tunnel to the next, maybe.
Basically.
That's not too deep, right?
It doesn't seem like it. I mean, I think I'm halfway through. I don't know. But I'm still level 9 and still pretty low level, so this has been challenging and it's been really fun.
Nice. Sarah, could you please remind us a little bit about your character, your backstory, your character name, and all that?
Sure. So her name is Addison, and that is the name that I rolled actually. And she doesn't have much of a backstory. At this point, I've picked up McCready, who is my assigned follower, and I have started a little bit of the main quest. So I need to run over to the railroad because I am doing an Institute playthrough. I want to run over to the railroad because I want to get into the Institute through them, also so I can pick up the railroad rifle and ballistic weave while I'm there. And I have, so far for perks, I've got the explosives one. What's the name of that one? I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Demolition expert? Demolition expert.
Yep.
Boom.
Boomer.
That's
Boom.
great at level 2.
It is amazing. I don't think I am ever going to play another playthrough without having it because it makes your grenades and everything that you throw really powerful. And it is saving my trash. It's awesome.
I remember once I had some perk with grenades that it showed you the arc for throwing it. Is
That's
that
this one?
Yeah, level 2.
That was really fun.
Yeah. I also have picked up Aqua Girl, which keeps you. So the first level, you don't get any radiation from swimming. And the second level makes you completely undetectable in water. And then what else have I picked up? Armorer. I have Armorer. I have Mr. Sandman. And I'm trying to remember what the other two are. That I haven't picked them up yet.
When I
Animal Friend.
The few times I have ever played survival mode, I found that Aqua Girl perk to be absolutely necessary for running away. Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Jumping in the water and running away is the best.
Yeah. It's pretty darn handy just for getting around because you can get from one side to the other without running into anybody.
Yeah, get from Nakano's homestead down to the capital without seeing anyone. Yeah.
I was not sure about picking it up so early in my game, and I found it very useful as well.
Nice.
Yeah, and I also have Bloody Mess. That was the one I was forgetting about that I really like as well.
It's like 5, 10, 15% more damage.
In combat,
Watch out for the flying eyeballs.
Yes! 10 points if you catch the flying eyeballs.
We'll get on your shirt. Your dry cleaning bill goes way up. Start investing in Bloody Mess. That is for sure. I've got Bloody Mess going, and in conjunction with I want to say Lady Killer, but what's the male version called? Is that what it is? I don't know. But
I don't know what the male version is called. Ray, do you know?
Lady Killer, not confirmed bachelor, but
yeah. Well, the female version is Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Oh, there we go.
Lady, yeah, whatever. But there's not enough Lady Raiders. You know what I mean? I wish there were more Lady Raiders. But I've got that going too, so I've got a lot of extra damage. And, I've got that Adam's Judgment.
Yeah,
that's what I was hearing. And what's the damage on that again? You were saying
Oh man, it's like, well, I don't even remember, like 100 ballistic, like 20 or 30 energy damage, and then like 150 radiation damage, and then I've got I've got, I don't even remember what the perk is called, whatever the melee weapons perk is
Big
called.
league.
Big leagues.
Big leagues going, and then I just invested with Blitz, and oh my lord, the game is opening up a lot. It's just, your
Then
time.
Andrew, go ahead and put nuclear physicist on top of that, and it will start multiplying the radiation damage from Adam's judgment.
See, I need
Dang.
science too, though, because I want to be doing a power armor playthrough. God, I just got so many perks I have to fit into this character, you guys. I can do it. We can do it.
You can
All
do
right,
it.
we were talking about Diamond City's Most Wanted. Sarah was off in Andrew Station killing some raiders.
Yep.
So Steve, tell us a little bit about the how the quest structure works.
It's a repeatable quest. It'll pop up after a certain amount of time. I'm not sure how long. If anybody knows, chime in. And you just go up and you check, and there's a wanted board, and you can take the quest from it, and it'll send you out to go clear either raiders or ghouls from different places. There's a variety of them. I think there's like 4 or 5 different ones it can send you on. There's no special XP reward from it, other than you get to keep what you find. So.
Yeah. Now, you say no XP reward, but actually, I found that when I killed the thing, it gave me a little bit of, I guess it was the XP from killing the bad guy.
Maybe there's a. Let me check here.
It's not a cap. I have written down that it was no cap reward.
No cap reward. Yeah. Reward is 150 XP for Pharaoh ghouls or raiders, and if it sends you to get super mutants, it's 400 XP. I don't think it's ever sent me for super mutants.
I just had to clear the super mutants out of the Trinity Church.
Yeah, there are 6 different quests here for Diamond City's Most Wanted, and I'm not sure how fast they cycle. I think if you come back after killing the bad guys at one location, that by the time you get back to Diamond City, there's already another flyer up at Swatters.
That is correct.
Sarah, I have here Andrew Station. There's some raiders to clear out. There's also raiders over at Backstreet Apparel. If you go over to Big John Salvage, you will be clearing out super mutants. Over at Hardware Town, there are another enclave of raiders there. Number 5 is the Mass Pike Tunnel, where you will be clearing out ghouls.
Yeah, that's where I had to clear ghouls.
Okay.
Yep.
Number 6 was the Trinity. It says Trinity Square or something, but it's really the church.
Yeah, Trinity Plaza is what the spot is called.
But it's the church inside. If you go into the church inside, it's there's some super mutants in there. And I have written down that there's no cap reward, but you do get XP, and you get to keep all of the spoil, like all the treasure and everything that you find. There will always be a red chest at the end of each thing that you can clear out, I'm pretty sure. If those are the locations and they repeat, I'm not sure if there's any sort of end to it. I'm pretty sure you can just do them over and over and over again if you just need XP. It's kind of like what I'm doing right now with the Brotherhood of Steel. I go to Reese and I go to the Scribe Lady, and they just keep giving me Radiant quests to go out and discover new locations and fetch these things and clear out locations, And it's pretty endless as far as I can tell so far. I haven't been to the same place twice, so.
Well, now you're not running mods, so has it sent you to Far Harbor or Nuka World for any of your fetch quests?
Not Nuka World yet, which surprises me. If they're going to do it, it would have happened by now, because I've been doing it for I've just basically been XP farming for the last 10 levels. I've just been doing Brotherhood of Steel quests, which really hurts my heart. But
I know.
yeah, it's tough. But yes, Ray, they've been sending me to Far Harbor a lot. I've discovered a lot of locations in Far Harbor through these Brotherhood of Steel Radiant quests. Much like Diamond City's Most Wanted, Radiant quests just keep giving you lots of XP. Except for Diamond City's Most Wanted is only those 6 spots. So I don't know if the Brotherhood of Steel one has a limit, or if it'll just start repeating places or not.
So they will respawn if you have done them before?
Nice. Sweet.
I got sent to clear the ghouls from Mass Pike Tunnel, and then as you keep going through the tunnel, it takes you out, and you pop up at this police ration station. And I noted something there I wanted to mention, because there's if you come at that ration station from the outside, it's got a barred door, so you can't get into it necessarily unless you're coming up from inside. But with barred doors, there's something different from a chained door. Is that with a barred door, you can throw a grenade and it will pop the bar off the door and you can get inside.
What?
If it's a chained door, as far as I know, there's nothing you can do to get in from the other side. But if it's a barred door, you can throw a grenade at it and it will open up for you, because it throws the bar off the door. So just a tip there if you ever run across it, because that comes up again. There's a barred door at DB Technical High School later.
Hey, yeah, dude, I was just about to say that.
So now there is a way to get in that building other than blowing up the door with a grenade. So if you're on the platform, you can jump up on the train car and walk along the train car, and then jump across to the roof and walk along the roof, and then jump up on there's a forklift. You jump up on that has a container on it. You jump there and then jump to the other side of the roof, and you can get in from a hole on the other side. Sounds like it'd be easier just to throw a grenade, but in case you don't have a grenade.
If you don't have a grenade, you could turn into fucking Batman and do backflips up to the side. Or you could just toss a grenade at the door.
But there's a bunch of mole rats in there.
Yeah, they scare the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Every
And
time.
when you come in from the roof, you're actually up above them, and you can pick them off without any trouble.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, if anybody knows a way to get through a chain door from the outside, let me know, but I've never figured one out.
I haven't heard of anything.
Nope.
Yeah. These raiders
Which one
are
did
taking
you-
me out.
Yeah. Which one did you do, Andrew?
Oh, I did it a bunch of times, so I went to all six
yeah.
locations. Where was Big John Salvage again? Is that up by the Grey Garden? No. Where's
No,
Big John Salvage?
It's the one that's over near Jamaica Plain.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Super Mutants. Ringing a bell. In Hardware Town, the Raiders. Yeah, I went to all the different locations. I went through at least those 6 times, and probably went to each location at least half of them again another time. Just getting some.
So evidently you can also go talk to Geneva, the mayor's secretary in Diamond City.
Oh yeah, will she hand them out too?
Ask her if she has any work, and she'll let you know.
Nice, and she'll also overcharge you for a really shitty settlement location.
It's not that bad. It is a lot of caps, but
Fucking terrible, Ray.
It's right up Ray's alley. It doesn't have to do anything. It's already decorated.
My character, right? His name is Bell, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to all the different settlements and building a bell to represent the ringing freedom, the mounting wave of freedom coming to the wasteland. This represents everything this character is about. The settlement that he drew. You should be able to build the one goddamn thing that he needs to be able to build. This fucking settlement, you can't even build a bell, Ray.
Well, so, perhaps this is why I like this settlement so much, is that there's no settlers.
You're like, okay, you can't have a settler, so there's no reason anyone would ever want to build a bell. I'm like, oh, you motherfuckers are ruining my role play, assholes. I can't build a bell. So you know what I did instead? If you go to my the ASA, the twitch.tv/ASA podcasting, you can see in my video, I went to my location and showed off my place. Since I can't build bells, Ray, do you know what I built instead? I built disco balls, baby.
Oh, okay. I was going to say a Christmas tree.
Oh, well, I could have done that too, but no, I built disco balls, and I have one room that is just all like 10, 12, I don't know how many disco balls in the ceiling, so there's lots of lights buzzing around. It looks really fun. So I've got the pommel horse set up there too, so I'm just like, getting my pommel horse exercises in while some really funky disco music is playing, and some trippy disco lights. So it's a good time. You should stop by. But I hate that location. So I'm going over to the lighthouse. I decided I'm going to try to see what the building location is like. I don't know how high up I can go, but I'm going to try to put bells all over the side. I don't know how many. I'll have to build platforms and ramps and stuff probably. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to try to put bells all the way going up to the lighthouse, how far I can. Whatever that lighthouse is called in the north.
Kingsport?
East corner. Yeah, Kingsport. There's also one at Far Harbor, down south somewhere. I could have used that one.
There's a raider hideout there.
Yeah. I think that one is also... Can that one be used as a settlement, Ray, or not? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
There's only 3? No, I don't remember how many, but there's not a ton.
3 or 4. There's 4 in Far Harbor, but not that lighthouse.
So yeah, I'm using the only lighthouse I can. I think... Yeah, I believe Philip told me about that. Philip, right? Yeah, okay. I think we were chatting about that. So yeah, I'm going to go get that lighthouse and see. I actually just moved today. And all of the stuff is now over there. Strong helped me move, and he was pissy about it the whole time. You can imagine. Giving me shit about it.
Tinker, tinker, tinker.
It's not like he's got pockets to put this stuff in.
I was moving my 4 sets of power armor. I don't have a ton of power armor yet, but I've got a few of them over there. I was moving him over. He gets really pissed off every time you get into the power armor. He does not like you hopping into that stuff. Too bad. All right. So let's go to school, guys. What do you say? Ray, why don't you tell us a little bit about this school?
So it's a pretty well entrenched raider hideout. There's 3 up on the roof, and for me, one of them was a legendary. He's the one that's laying on the ground next to the door in the picture I posted. There's one in the bus, and there's one roaming around out in the yard, and there's one in a little defensive station on the freeway side of the area. And so you just go through, pick all of them off, and then you head inside. And it's pretty tore up inside. There's lots of planks and little walkways that the raiders have built to go between the levels. And it's a lot of fun if you've got high sneak, because you can if you've got high sneak and you have a combat knife, you can just sneak through the whole place and just hit them one at a time. But Jang Jun's got a machine gun, so she went the noisy way.
You're doing like an automatic weapons playthrough, right?
Yeah. So she's got a silenced 10mm auto pistol and a automatic combat rifle. So she can either go quiet or go loud. So there's lots of levels, lots of raiders, and you if you listen to them talking, they complain about their leader, and when you finally get to the guy, you see him sitting on a little throne built in the at the edge of the swimming pool, and he has a, what would you call that? A chipmunk or a beaver?
I'd call it a bear.
Well,
No bears.
Beaver.
But yeah, so he's got a mascot hat that is fun to put on and take a picture outside the school and then
Nice.
get rid of it.
It has no special perks to it or anything.
Not a one.
And I was be like, okay, this bear helmet, this is gonna have something sweet. Like it's gonna give me a +1 perception and a +1 charisma or something. Definitely, this is gonna be awesome. Put the motherfucker on and nothing. Nothing. What a ripoff.
I think I'm gonna take it and put either Marcy or what's the other guy?
June.
June.
That's
I'm gonna
best
put
way
Marcy
to-
or June in it.
Put it on June and then make him a provisioner to like Warwick or something. You send him as far away as possible. Make him wear that the whole time. He deserves it. At the technical high school, DB Technical High School, the main bad guy in the basement that you run into, his name is Bosco, right? The DB, I'm assuming, is Don Bosco Technical High School. Anybody go to Catholic school out there? Don Bosco?
Negative.
I think that's what it was based off of. Yeah, but
I see. I don't know anything about anything. But I used to when I lived in Austria, I was just like a student teacher, and one of the schools that I would occasionally substitute at was a Catholic school, and they were called Don Bosco Gymnasium. So I was just like, oh, crazy. That must be like a super Catholic thing to have like Don Bosco Catholic school or something. But I don't know anything. I didn't go to Catholic schools. I don't really know anything about it. I just thought that was fun. Yeah. So Ray, I checked in with the wiki a little bit here about this head, and if you have Preston Garvey with you when you go to this location, he will say something about "Go Bears," leading me to believe that mascot head is supposed to be a bear.
All right, it looks like a chipmunk to me.
Or a beaver.
It's got big giant cheeks. What bear has big cheeks?
One that's eating chipmunks, I think. That's sweet.
That's not the only unique thing in that place.
Yeah. That's way down in the basement. That place sucks. Ray mentioned there was little platforms and stuff going in between the levels. There's not a center to any of the floors on any of the levels, I don't think. You have to work your way around the edge of every room on like really precarious levels and uneven boards that like fall away and stuff. It seems it's a really crazy place. I don't like the middle of the floor is gone. I don't have much like, I don't know. Agility is the wrong word because this character does have a lot of agility, but I ended up falling through the floors a couple different times. Like, God dang it, I have to go back up again. But you're right, Steve. What happens? Let's see, downstairs we found Bosco and this mascot head. Bosco, did you guys have any problem with the battle or anything like that? There was 2 other raiders in the room. This Bosco guy. What sort of weapons?
And a turret, but
yep.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. And Bosco hides behind his little, cover area. He doesn't come after you at all.
Oh yeah, there's a little alcove there in the back with a chest and a terminal. I guess I caught him early. I just had gotten blitz recent, so I zipped across the room and got all 3 of them without much problem. And this radiation damage that I have on my weapon, like it's just really brutal against humans. Like it's one hit on most human characters. Things that have radiation damage resistance, not so much, but the humans just get melted through with this hammer. So I didn't really have much trouble. But tell me about the terminal, Ray. Did you get into these stories at all?
No.
It's a pretty fun terminal. Then Sarah or Steve, did you guys read the terminal entries for Bosco?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I did. So Bosco was a raider leader who apparently got bit at some point by a dog.
Yeah.
Some sort of feral.
Oh, one of the
mongrel.
guys there breeds dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that part of it.
Training attack dogs, and one of them had rabies and bit Bosco on the hand or something.
Yeah, and it's kind of his slowly sinking into some sort of rabies-induced dementia. And
Right,
I guess
he talks about he gets a fear of water.
Yeah, exactly. He mentions a fear of water. Yeah,
why would he hang out down by the pool then?
that's true. Get out of there, buddy.
I don't think there's much water in there.
Does this terminal mention any of the other raider leaders?
It mentions a different location. It's like, oh, we're gonna go tell those MFers over at the Federal Reserve Station or whatever it is. I think it was the place Ray was mentioning earlier, the Federal Stockpile Reserve or whatever that place is called. But it's weird because I was sent to another one of those locations and was reading terminals, and I've never done, I don't pay attention to details as much as some other people who play the game. I just kind of fly through stuff sometimes, but I was like reading through all these terminals and all these raiders. If you go to places like the DB Technical High School or the Federal Stockpile, they have all these, they sort of trash talk on their terminals about raiders from each of those locations. And there's like 3 or 4 different locations that all these raiders have beef with.
Corvega's one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Beantown Brewery.
Exactly. Yeah.
The DB High School, and then the Federal place you just mentioned.
Yeah, there's Red and Lily. There's that one over at the Federal Reserve, and then Corvega and stuff.
Poor Lily. She's just caught in the middle, isn't she?
Yeah. Well, she's stuffed in some sort of barrel at this point, I think. Poor Lily.
Okay, so evidently there's a banner somewhere in the high school that it claims to be DB Technical proud home of the Bears, and the bear image on there is the emblem of the Stormcloaks.
The Stormcloaks. I thought you were going to say the 2-headed bear of NCR.
Yeah, nope.
The Stormcloaks bear? Are you kidding me?
Nope.
That is okay. People have these crazy theories that Fallout is in the same universe as Skyrim. It's just hundreds and thousands of years later or something. That puts another peg in that theory, Ray.
Yeah. I mean, it's unmistakably
That's great.
the Stormcloak Bear.
Screen cap that shit. We're gonna put that up in the group. That's awesome. Good call.
Lee in the chat pointed out that there's also a magazine down there. You get Unstoppables issue 2.
Yes. What does Unstoppables do for us, guys?
It gives you a plus 1% chance of avoiding all damage from an attack. So if you get all 5 of the Unstoppable magazines, you'll get a 5% chance to avoid all damage.
Is that significant at all? You like that?
Yeah, not too shabby.
Okay, nice. If you can make your way upstairs and not fall through the GD floors, you find some hanging raiders in the ceiling on some hooks, or hanging dead bodies that who knows what they were before. They're dead, whatever they are. And they're hanging on these gross meat hooks, you know. And if you move, I believe, north of there, up on top of some lockers, I think you find a varsity uniform. You can make your way all the way up top. I think
DB Tech
it's like,
varsity uniform.
It's a green Letterman jacket, I think. Best way to describe it. And I assume it also doesn't give you any special perks. I don't know. Does it do anything for you? I didn't even check that one.
Gives you a +2 to luck.
Oh, it does do something for you. Okay, so that's sweet. I just took it back to my place and put it on a mannequin. It actually is pretty fun decoration material, having the mascot head and the jacket together. So +2 to luck is actually pretty good.
That's fair. It's the same as the not the road leather, but the greaser outfit, or the one that I had Sid wearing all the time.
Yeah, +2 to luck. Sweet. All right, good deal. Anything else at the technical high school? We got the magazine, the uniform, the head, the mascot head, Bosco's terminal. He had rabies. Oh, I thought it was funny because in Bosco's terminal there was one entry that he kept mentioning. Oh, the one-eyed beast that would keep popping up in the basement, and he kept trying to kill it. Evidently, that was him being, not having any idea what was going on, but that was his fellow raiders who had found this mascot head, and he kept killing people who would put on this mascot head because he was going crazy from the rabies poison. So he called
I found 5 bars of soap in there.
Nice.
What do you use bars of soap for? Oil or something?
It's oil and Lee's challenge.
Yeah. That's what it was. I was keeping track of where I find bars of soap, especially if I find multiple bars of soap. I was like, oh, yeah, Lee would love this place.
Remind me what Lee's challenge here is with the bars of soap.
Since I don't collect, junk for settlements because I don't do settlements, Lee suggested that I should, collect bars of soap. And so I don't remember how many I got. It was on the last roundtable on the bobblehead run. I think it was like 20 or 30 bars of soap at least.
Nice. How many oil does that? What is it? Does it just break down to oil?
Yeah, I think it's just one.
Ray doesn't even do settlement building. What are you doing this time for your settlement, Ray?
So so at Sunshine Tidings, I put a bed in the next to the workbench. So that when I dump my guns off, before I go to one of the settlements or to one of the cities to sell them, I can catch a quick nap.
That's a pretty involved settlement building for you, right?
Hey, I had to have steel and cloth.
God, you probably had to scrap something. Good Lord. Speaking of scrapping, I've got the scrapper perk. It's really fun. You get up to 2nd level, You get like copper and electronics and all sorts of cool little things from scrapping weapons. If the weapons have mods attached to them, you actually get like 5 or 6 different unique items, biometric sense. I don't know, just all sorts of cool stuff. I like the scrapper perk. And I really haven't been doing any building, because I was stuck at the world's shittiest settlement down underneath the bleachers somewhere. But now that I'm at an actual settlement, not that crappy place, I can start actually using all this stuff I've been collecting this whole time. Because I have been picking up all these crappy weapons that I usually just leave all pipe rifles and all the weapons on the ground. I don't pick up a lot of those useless weapons. But now that I have the scrapper perk and I knew that I was going to be cashing in 2 levels, I've been stockpiling all those things. And I just did the thing where I collected all the weapons out of my workbench, and then I dropped all of them, like all, couple hundred weapons and pieces of armor that I had in the workbench all around me in a circle. And as they were dropping, like the game like froze and like things like paused and then had trouble, and like things were like doing that thing where they hit the wall and kept tumbling and they wouldn't stop moving and rolling around. So the game doesn't like it when you do that. But then I just sat there for like 10 minutes and scrapped absolutely everything I had, and then all of my building components it's just so much fun to have everything, just not to have the actual pieces of junk in your inventory, but to have everything actually broken down into the components. That's really sweet. I don't know why, but that satisfies my slight OCD quality that I have every once in a while.
I hear you. I wish they'd made an easier way to do that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so that you don't have to just drop it and scrap it and drop and scrap. Yeah, it takes forever and it's stupid, but it is fun to have everything all nice and organized down into the components. Top floor, get yourself that uniform. Anything else for DB Technical High School? Read that terminal down there. It's fun. Anything unique in the box? Probably not. It's just some weapons or armor.
I did not get a legendary in the box.
No, I didn't either. Bosco was not a legendary raider for me either or anything. Ray, you said there was one on the roof for you, but that's probably just because of your difficulty level that you have it set on. What do you play on, Ray?
And I'm sure I got, I don't even remember. It's the one just short of survival. It's, it was probably, ghoul scissors or, a super mutant notepad. I get the stupidest legendary drops.
It's the worst.
I hate it.
Super mutants do 0.02% less damage. If you find a sleeping super mutant, you can grow flowers. Yeah. I need to bump up my difficulty level because I'm getting almost 0 legendary drops. The few that I have gotten have been really pathetic. But it is nice doing a melee character because you don't use any, any ammunition really. So that's all just caps.
Yeah, I love that.
Caps. So I've been able to buy some legendary armor that I usually wouldn't have enough funds for, but I'm, caps are starting to pile up on me. And I might be able to try to go find that one dude and just waste some money buying those mantis greaves that are like freaking 20,000 caps or whatever. Eventually, might try to do that. But seriously, ammunition is great. All right, let's get out of school. School's dumb. Let's go build some confidence. Sarah, have you ever done this Confidence Man quest?
I have. I just finished it.
Oh, wonderful. Tell us a little bit about it.
So basically, you start out at the Dugout Inn, talk to Vadim, and then you head over and meet Travis in his radio tower place. It's like the little, I don't know, it's just like a little motorhome, it looks like a little trailer, like put up on stilts. And I believe you do have to speak to him first before it'll trigger the actual quest. So after, and you don't really, all you do is just say something and then he says like, oh, I'm scared. And then you walk out. Head over back to the Dugout Inn. And at that point you talk to Vadim who says in his super amazing accent, "Oh, we want to help Travis. He's great." So you go and wait. He basically is going to set up to have 2 goons come in to the dugout inn and pretend like they're going to fight Travis. Travis does not know this. Travis thinks that this is real, and you are supposed to help Travis to confront these goons. And I guess there's a couple different ways that you can approach it, but every time I've played this quest, I've ended up having to fight him, and every time I've accidentally killed him, and then Vadim yells at me. But I guess there's different ways you can go about it. I killed him, apparently. Afterwards, Vadim's pissed at you, mad because this is like his goon contact. But you help Travis out. So now Travis needs a little help with the ladies. So you got to go find Scarlett, who works there. She's a cute little girl that does the sweeping.
Yeah.
You can also buy things from her, I think.
Yeah. She shares an inventory with the
inventory. Yeah, Vadim. So you, I had to. Okay, both times that I've done this quest, I could not find Scarlett to save my life at this point. And even though she has a marker, I just couldn't find her. But I eventually found her outside during a rad storm, smoking a cigarette. And when you walk up to her, she's like, "I'm on my break. What do you want?" And you tell her, "Yo, you should talk to Travis." And there's a couple speech checks in there, and I'm not sure what happens if you don't pass the speech checks. But eventually she says, "I think Travis is kind of, I think he might be my man." So she heads over to Travis's trailer. We don't know what they do there, because when you go back to the dugout inn, you find out that Vadim has been kidnapped. And I'm unclear on this, but I believe he's been kidnapped by the goons that he was chilling with, that he hired the guys, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's been kidnapped. And Yefim is, it's his brother. Yefim's very upset. You need to go get Vadim because Vadim helped you out, whatever. So he tells you, talk to Travis. You go back up to Travis's trailer. Trailer and Scarlett are hanging out in there. You talk to Travis, and Travis mans up. And his voice actually changes. I didn't notice this until this time around. Like, his voice drops. It's like he went through puberty instantly. I don't know. He does, though, right? He stops stuttering, and he says, "We're going to go get Vadim. You and me, Terminator style. Meet me at Beantown Brewery." So you head over to Beantown Brewery, meet Travis, and you kick some ass.
Beantown wasn't as it's been a while. Usually I get Travis and I bail. Like, he's at that point in the quest, you can take Travis and he'll follow you forever. You don't actually have to do that quest, and he'll just stick by your side.
Yeah, I actually ran around doing a whole bunch of other stuff before I went back to Beantown Brewery. Or no, I picked him up at Beantown, realized I was out of ammo, went and got some ammo, and got distracted doing other things before I realized, oh, he's still following me around. This is so convenient.
Me and Billy are the two that will definitely follow you wherever you go. Also, handsome, not Dan, handsome someone from Covenant Quest. Who is that guy?
It's not Handsome Jack, but I know what you mean.
Honest Dan, maybe? Something like that. I don't know.
I think so.
That guy, after you meet him over in the sewer pipes across the way, will sometimes you can trick him into following you, sort of like Travis, but eventually he gets wise to it and he stops and he goes back to whatever he's doing. But sometimes he'll follow you too. That's one of my favorite things to do, is find that type of follower, but I can't find too many in Fallout. I think those two, Travis and Billy, are the main ones that I know about. Anybody else out there knows them, and tell me, definitely. All right, so after you go find Travis there, and you go waste his time for a little bit.
Mhm.
You go in there.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about the brewery.
So the brewery, I was expecting a lot more raiders. You want to make sure you go in and you hit up the guy that's every time I've been in there, he's sleeping on the mat, sleeping on the job. So I sneak up on him and kill him, usually one shot. Head up some stairs. And so this is where I actually fell in love with Demolition Expert, because I was able to very artfully throw grenades down and kill most of the raiders that were down beneath the, what are those things called? The catwalks?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was great. And then I took out a couple more, and I happen to have a hunting rifle with me that's glow-sighted. I mean, the damage is like in the 50s, nothing crazy, but I was actually able to kill the two guys that are in the office, and their names are escaping me. One is Tom, right?
Tower Tom.
Tower Tom.
Yeah.
And the other one, I can't remember his name, but it was something funny.
Well, Bull is there.
Bull, that's what it was.
The guy from the fight.
I did not put two and two together. I didn't realize. Oh, well, no, Bull was there, so I must have killed the other one. Whatever the other one's name was.
Oh, yeah, it's like grungy or...
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Gouger.
Yeah.
Gouger.
Gouger. I killed Gouger, man. Anyway, took out Tower Tom and Gouger pretty easily just from across the warehouse. And go in and find Vadim. He's super happy to see you. He says that he filled up his pockets, I guess, when he showed up there, and I think that's why he got in trouble. So he gives you everything that's in his pockets, and then there's a whole bunch of loot there.
Some chems and stuff.
Yeah.
If you're doing a survival mode playthrough, this is the place you go to get glass bottles to fill your purified water at the pump.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a ton of bottles.
And they come back every time the raiders refresh. I believe all the bottles come back too.
Oh, nice.
I think. I don't know. Pat can tell us about that. Sarah, what was your attack style? How did you make it what was your the way through these raiders here?
Mainly just with my grenades and with my rifles.
That's so fun.
I'm
So you're
playing
good
with
enough. You're good enough aim now with your grenades where you can just toss them at people and have a pretty good success rate.
Yeah, I don't have the perk that gives me the arc yet, but I'm so excited for it.
Yeah, that's sweet. I'm never good. I always throw them way too high, and then they explode in midair, like 30 feet above people, and they're like, that didn't hurt me, man.
Right. So what is the deal with Molotov cocktails always killing me? What am I doing wrong, you guys?
Well, my character throws them left-handed, which I wish I could throw them right-handed. I don't know why they make me throw them left-handed, but I always like clip the edge of doorways with the Molotov cocktails and end up burning my face off.
I think maybe that's my problem. So I just don't use them. I use frag grenades, and I have been using a lot of frag mines as well.
Yeah, frag grenades are great.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
There's lots of other good grenades too. I just don't. I always use the frag grenades for some reason. Even though I'm not very good with them, I throw just 5 in a general direction, and usually
someone dies eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Nice grenades.
So
That's
it's
fun.
good times.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with them.
Good.
And I just accidentally saved myself into a loop of me dying.
Oh no, I hate
why
that.
I did that.
Did you auto save right before you in a sucky spot?
Yeah, I quick saved, and right as somebody was like throwing a grenade at me, and so it's just a perpetual me dying by grenade. So now I gotta go see when the last time I quick saved was. Oh, it's the worst.
To save sucks. Right on. Steve, Ray, how did you guys get through Confidence Man here?
The way I did it, but it was by just in the nick of time getting the F4SE update to the because we had the
Tell us about that.
so there was a regular Creation Club update on Fallout 4, and so that increments the build number, which automatically breaks F4SE, the script extender, and also the MCM menu and looks menu. And so it was just as I had posted that that I was screwed because it still hadn't updated. I refreshed the page and the update was there. So I I quickly downloaded it and did my little 7-zip trick where I split it in two. So I dump all of the loose files into the Fallout menu and folder, and then I grab the scripts themselves and make those into a mod by saving them in 7-zip archive and then loading them in mod the Nexus Mod Manager. And then downloaded the new mod configuration menu and the new looks menu, and was able to hop in and play. So fortunately, it's a pretty quick quest.
Yeah.
So,
did you look at patch notes or whatever? See what this Creation Club update will be for?
So no, so they don't really list the content that that's going to show up in Creation Club. They just say that it's because the update itself is just creating the space for the for the Creation Club.
Ray and Steve used to do posts in the group whenever something new or free would pop up. I went into the Creation Club and I haven't been in there in weeks, maybe even a month. I was like, okay, there's got to be at least something free for me to download. And there wasn't anything. And it was like, I already owned everything that was free. And I was like, wait a second. That must mean that they haven't had anything free in a good long while, because you guys haven't posted about it. And I have owned everything that is marked free. What's been going on then in the Creation Club? Has there been anything good through there?
Free paint for, armors or weapons. I think I have most of them now at this point. This week is Vault Tech weapons, I think. So I already had that one. The reason they didn't update on the Creation Club this time is they've got a couple new big, for pay mods. One's a new, like a penthouse, some sort of house you can buy, a condo or something like that, for another house that you can have for your character. And then also it's a power armor AI. So basically it's like a companion mod, but it's a power armor, like a robot in a power armor.
It's like Tony Stark's suit.
Yeah, kind of. And it apparently has
they did call it Jarvis.
and it has a Outcasts, the Brotherhood of Steel Outcasts paint job on the power armor. So
like the music group from Atlanta, Outcast.
Yeah, exactly. No, like from the Outcast from what, Fallout 3 was it? I think.
I have no idea.
Yeah, they're an offshoot brand of the Brotherhood of Steel, but they're not with the Brotherhood anymore, so they call themselves the Outcasts, and they put splotchy red paint on their power armor.
Cool. I'm not a lore head, but all that stuff is fun.
Yeah. When I was doing Confidence Man, one of the things I noticed was again the terminals that we were talking about, and the raiders. And in this terminal, it had a note that I had already been to DB Technical High School, and there was a note about Bosco in there. And it said, thank God someone put a bullet in Bosco over at DB Tech. Guy gave me the fucking creeps.
Nice.
Wow.
So it registered that you had already been there. That's really cool.
Yeah. And it noted that I had already been to Corvega as well, because it said, seems somebody took down Jared. Much as I hated that chem-hungry bastard, he was no pushover. We're going to need more guns.
That's really awesome.
Wow.
I ran right the fuck by Corvega this time. I was like, thank God I don't have to go in there.
I also hate Corvega.
Oh, yeah. I ran right by it.
I love that place.
Man, there's that one turn halfway through the building somewhere. There's a door I can never find. I hate it.
That's right. You're always lost.
Yeah. I just need to go up. I should go grab the bobblehead because I don't have to go inside to get that. I just need to hop on the rooftop and go grab that.
I'm planning at some point during this playthrough on replacing Travis with Shen, is it?
No?
The kid that sells water.
Yeah. Because if you end up killing Travis at some point during your game, either on accident or on purpose, he'll stop broadcasting. But Shen, the kid that sells water, he takes over on the radio for him.
Every time Travis gets injured, he just takes a knee for a little bit, but gets back up. How do you kill him?
I think he's essential during the quest, but after the quest, you can go into his trailer and put him down.
And
Really?
as I got into on my Twitch stream, I'm not a huge Diamond City guy, as you can tell by my animosity towards the under the bleachers horrible settlement. But I don't hang out here very much, so like what was going I don't know. What is going on here in Diamond City with
I'm gonna wait to do it until I start doing more of a turning to the Raider playthrough, because apparently it turns the Diamond City guards against you.
Hmm.
And who is the kid that sells water?
Shen, the little bald kid
There's
wearing
a-
the rags,
Sells water.
and he has a little quest for you too. He
Oh,
tells
nice.
you to go pick some shit up in his water.
Yeah.
And if you have Aqua Boy or Aqua Girl, then it makes it
That's the way to
super
do
easy.
it.
Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah, everybody, if you're out there in Diamond City, go talk to Shen, the water guy out in the back, and he'll give you a quest to pick up some junk for him in the water and some quick, easy little XP.
I don't run around Diamond City too often. That actually, Sarah, I had trouble finding Scarlet as well. She
Oh, okay.
there by the green monster. What's it called? The wall, whatever they're
The
called.
wall.
In real life, it's called the green monster. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I think that wraps up our quest, guys. And you have anything else quest-wise you want to get into? Not, you can let's go ahead and branch out. What else is your character has been getting into? What are your side quests on the side quest? Main quest you mentioned, Steve. Ray, what have you been doing otherwise?
So I got Curie.
Nice.
And in true round table fashion, where you do things you don't normally do. I gave the little kid the cure.
He doesn't deserve it, Ray.
And so I got her to the affinity where she asks you to help her, become human. And so I took her to Dr. Amari, who I had met doing railroad quests.
Yeah.
And so, I expected to go to her and get some dialogue options for, the Curie quest. And she just kept blowing me off and, telling me that she wasn't going to explain to me how a memory lounger worked. I probably wouldn't understand anyway, and never came up with the prompt to be able to advance Curie's quest. And so looking at it, it looks like I actually have to do the Kellogg quest in order to unlock being able to do the Curie quest.
You weren't planning on doing any main quest with this character at all?
No. Mm-mm.
So you can't fulfill curious. So, but she's still a robot. That's fine. You've risen her affinity as high as you can under the stipulations of your character. So, you can send her home, Ray. Well, job well done.
She can replace Mr. Goodfields at Sunshine Tidings.
I was going to ask you about that. Someone mentioned that if you go to Sunshine Tidings and you don't interact with Mr. Goodfields or do anything, like he kind of fucks off. Like eventually, is he still sticking around your place? Is he around?
No, that was me. No, so I went there and got cleared out all the ghouls and the rad roaches, and then went on my merry way to do some questing, and came back and he was gone. So some point along the way he just took off and away he went.
All right. So I think that is one of our assigned quests later in the season. Be forewarned, play along folks out there. Do not go to the settlement. Professor Goodfield's. What's it called? That's the it has 3 little tents or whatever. Sunshine something.
Sunshine Tidings Co-op.
Sunshine Tidings Co-op. Avoid that location until it's I don't even know, episode 3 or 4. I don't think it's too deep into the season. You don't want Mr. Goodfield because I want to see. You supposedly have to follow Mr. Goodfields from one side of the map to the other to some robotics place. And I don't know. I've never been able to successfully do it. I want to see who can actually escort him all the way there.
Yeah, it's episode 4.
Episode 4. So I want to see who can escort Mr. Goodfields all the way there. We'll have like a Twitch stream competition or something. See who can get Mr. Goodfield successfully all the way across the damn map. It sucks. I've never been able to do it. Steve, have you done that?
I can't remember if I've done it or not. I know the electronics place you're talking about. That's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to going there.
Yeah, well, we know it won't be me.
Ray's gonna be walking around and be like, come across a dead body, a dead robot, piece of scrap pile. And be like, oh, there he is. Hey, buddy.
So side note stuff here, Andrew. I think I may have figured out another companion type NPC that you can take around with you.
Oh yeah, who you got?
I got a little Brotherhood Squire kid.
Oh.
So you're gonna have to get to the point where they give you these radiant quests for the Brotherhood once you get to the Pridwin, and then they send you out to like be a mentor to a little Brotherhood kid, and you have to take him out on quests.
Oh, nice.
And the wiki says that he cannot be killed or harmed and will be ignored by enemies, but he does get in the fight with you, as I recall. So
great.
I
don't know much about the Brotherhood, so that's cool. I'm doing a Brotherhood playthrough. What's his name? Dance. He doesn't say much to me yet. I assume I have to get to a certain point in the main quest before the Brotherhood stuff actually kicks in.
The Pridwin has to arrive.
Yeah, I gotta go kill, do the Kellogg stuff.
Yeah.
To go up to that point. Yeah, because I really want to
really fleshes out from there.
Yeah, I really want to get into the Institute to get those glasses, and then I'll probably stop at the main quest and not do anymore.
Yeah, but I'll picture you running around with the little Squire kid ringing bells.
Ringing bells with the Squire boys. That'll be great. I need to hurry up and start working on my... If I'm going to be able to finish all of my achievements, I need to hurry up and start working on those. I have not even looked at my achievement list at all, and I've got 26 of them that I have to complete still. So I don't think there's any way that I'm going to finish all these achievements. It's crazy. I mean, some of them are just certain quests and stuff that I've never actually done because they're Ad Victorium. I assume that's like an end game Brotherhood of Steel quest or something. But anyway. Yeah, I got to start working on that for my that was going to be my side sort of project. And then my other thing is I'm going to start getting all the settlements so I can build bell towers at all these different settlements, as per my role play. But since I'm doing the Brotherhood of Steel, the Radiant Quest sends you out to locations to clear out things and to pick up little pieces of tech. They don't send you to any settlements. Like the Minutemen Radiant Quest all send you to settlements to talk to people, and they send you out to go clear out stuff. But with the Brotherhood of Steel, you don't actually interact with any of the settlements at all. So I haven't actually discovered that many settlements at all. Just like maybe two or three, I think.
They send you out to some from the Pridwin.
Oh, do they? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need
And
to do that one.
Watch out for that.
Yeah. In a take a shower afterwards kind of way.
Oh.
And it may prevent you from actually using it as a settlement.
That's bullshit. So I'm gonna I need to go get a couple of settlements. I've already got the lighthouse and like the Red Rocket and Sanctuary, Hangman's Alley, and the crappy one in Diamond City. I think that's.
That place has a penthouse and a rooftop barbecue, and you're bashing it.
It's the worst place, right? Oh, nothing like Nordhagen Beach.
Well, I can give you that.
Yeah, you can skip the one that sends you to the Brotherhood Radiant Quest that sends you to the settlements. It's called Feeding the Troops, and you don't have to do it. It's a side Radiant Quest. So if you're trying to collect the settlements, I would say skip that quest.
Because you just go kill people.
No,
Oh, okay, you don't. Okay, good.
you don't have to. You
Sounds
you
horrible.
can.
You can force them into servitude.
Yeah, pretty much.
What, do you take them with you back to the Pridwin or something as prisoners?
No,
What happens?
It's feeding the troops. You're you're basically conscripting the settlement into providing food for the Brotherhood.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Hmm. Why
it's
does
kind of brutal.
Why does the Brotherhood make me feel so icky? They're icky.
Right, because you have some sort of empathy.
Oh, I love the blessed Minutemen. I haven't gone to see Preston and everybody in the Museum of Freedom yet. I haven't done any part of the main quest really at all. Need to get that going because I want to go get those glasses. That's gonna be my next big thing. I just got the charisma outfit from who's he? What's it at the Trinity Tower? Strong and Rex or whatever. My next big article of clothing gonna be the Institute. We'll start working on that. Sarah, you been doing any side stuff?
Just went and got my settlement, which is Taffington Boathouse. Trying to convince McCready to like me enough to open up his quest so I can work on his side quest.
What does
I
he
have-
like to do?
Overall, if you take mercenary work, I know he likes that. Just he tends to like most of the stuff I do. I'm trying to think what he does, what he dislikes.
He likes stealing.
Yeah, he's on board with most things. I haven't really seen anything that he dislikes. I just think I just need to spend more time with him. Because basically every time I kill somebody randomly, he likes it. Or if I take money for anything. Or if I demand, you know how you can speech text some people and say, I'm only going to do this if you give me money? He likes that too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's basically what I've been up to. I've been making a lot of jet so that I can buy myself some of this legendary armor and stuff that's at the marketplace. I do spend kind of a lot of time in Diamond City, so I was surprised to hear that you didn't like it. Where's your favorite place to hang out if you don't like Diamond City?
You mean settlement wise or just?
Yeah, well, like a place where you can trade.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I honestly, I go to Good Neighbor to sell stuff a lot, just because Daisy and Cleo are sitting there side by side and have lots of good weapons and junk, depending on whatever you're looking for. I really like Good Neighbor. I know a lot of people go to Diamond City because there's a lot more different varied vendors. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard of this great little seaside resort called
Yeah?
Nordhagen.
Ooh. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Well, it's apparently very nice in springtime.
Oh, it's a lovely, lovely toxic breeze off the radiator.
yeah.
Wonderful stuff.
Nice view of the airport there.
Beautiful. And when the Predwin comes in, it just totally blocks the whole sky, those motherfuckers. Favorite place to hang out, Sarah? I don't I built a really cool settlement way back in the day at Nordhagen Beach. It was a really fun location to have the water right there because you can just load up all the purified water, generators and stuff. I'd say there's also a very similar location, Dalton Farm and not Nuka World, sorry, Far Harbor on the North Shore. That settlement is really fun too. I don't even know. I don't know if I have a favorite. That's one reason I like the round tables. Just I get to try to build a different nice settlement every play. This is as far as I've played into the game without having a significant settlement yet. I've just been collecting junk the whole time, and since I can't really build a ton at the the Diamond City place, I'm really excited to get my settlement going. I haven't built at all, and you know how much XP you get when you build? I need to remember to put my intelligence clothes on when I'm building. That's another thing I'm really trying to do, like make really conscious decisions about what outfits I'm wearing before I do certain actions. Like if I get into a charisma conversation, I'm going to like swap over to my charisma outfit or jump into my intelligence clothes right before I turn in a quest. Every time I know I'm going to turn in a quest, I'll hop into my intelligence clothes because maybe it gets me an extra 2 or 3%. I don't know. How much does that work? Do you have any idea what that ratio is? Anyone? About the intelligence? Each level intelligence you bump up via clothes gives you how much extra percentage XP boost? I'm sure there's some sort of stupid chart out there or something.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah. All right. You guys have any other side stuff you'd like to get into? 76 news. Ray, Steve, Sarah, have you heard anything? We heard that we're not going to be able to play cross-platform and we're all crushed.
Bill.
That means we need to start an Xbox guild. If you guys are interested, we'll start one up here for the show. Look me up if you want to do a friend request on Xbox. I really don't care. I'll put my gamer tag out there. I'm a indie android on Xbox. Look us up. We'll set up send me a friend request, and we'll set up the show guild for Xbox guys. And I know all you PC guys will have a pretty easy job filling
Andrew,
rosters out. What's up?
each level of intelligence increases your XP gains by 3%.
3%.
Oh.
Beautiful. So an intelligence of 10 will it give you 30%? And then if you wear clothes, if I had a raw of 10 and then had clothes over to like 15 or something, would that actually be
It continues to multiply, yeah.
Nice. Wonderful. Good to know.
Yeah.
Cool. But we've discussed in the past, it's always better to go with Idiot Savant and low intelligence between the two. Idiot Savant's the fastest way to max XP. Right on. So, any other 76 news, guys? I haven't really read much about it. Oh, yes. Miami. That looked fucking cool. Did you guys watch the Miami trailer?
I haven't watched the trailer yet.
That looked really fun.
I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
It looked cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't look into it at all, but I hope that's something that comes to Xbox eventually because that would be fucking sweet. Can you tell us a little bit about the Fallout Miami? What's up with that, Steve? Do you know anything?
I know as much as the trailer showed me, which seemed like some cool locations. They had some ghouls wearing, what are those little inflatable dragon tube things?
Oh,
Those are funny.
If you ever watched the cartoon U.S. Acres back in the day, the duck Wade had the little waist enter tube with his own face on. It's like those.
Yeah, those big quest mods are cool. There's another big one coming out called Project Valkyrie, also, and it's from the makers of Fusion City Rising and Outcast and Remnants. So it's kind of their third part of that whole large quest mod thing.
I don't know anything about those. Are they? You wouldn't know if they're on Xbox or not, but
Maybe not.
yeah, I need to check out and see if there's that because not that the game is stale or anything, and not that I can do it on this character because I'm not doing mods, but it'd be fun to do a couple of new, huge, big new world quests like that. The Fallout Miami mod, if it is on Xbox, I'd love to play it. It looked like a really fun, fun location. They mentioned gator claws. That's great from the Nuka World DLC, and that makes a lot of sense to have gator claws as part of the bad guys down there. You can, Florida has all sorts of horrifying beasts in nature anyway down there. So if you get radiated ones, shoot, it's probably a great location to put a Fallout game. I know everyone was saying Fallout New Orleans. Everyone's been pitching that, but this was a surprise. I hadn't seen or heard of anything about Fallout Miami until someone posted a trailer in the group. So hopefully it'll come to Xbox whenever it does pop out. I'd be excited to play it. And what was that other one again, Steve?
Project Valkyrie. Yeah, and that'll probably only be on PC because they're all like a gig large.
Oh, yeah. Big stuff.
Yeah. How about Fallout Wyoming? It could just like be a big huge flat plain.
You'd just be like fly fishing the whole time.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy that. Take the fly fishing perk. Right on. Guys, feedback coming up next week. Let's have another wonderful batch. We had tons of awesome feedback from all the folks out there. Let's do another great round. Mark, will you send in some character background? Sorry, we'll have to get to that next week, getting deep into the show here. But yes, we'll be covering feedback for all of our play-along folks of the quest that we went over tonight. Diamond City's Most Wanted, DB Technical School, and Confidence Man. Keep in mind that everyone else is also covering the same material, the same 3 quests. So be sure to concentrate on sort of your extracurricular, all the side stuff, what else you're doing, what your character's getting into, any of your backstory, how you're getting along with your followers and your love interest, your settlements, any side stuff you're getting into. We're very excited to hear it. Thanks, everyone, for the wonderful batch last time. And we're looking forward to this batch. Steve, Ray, and Sarah, do you guys have anything else you'd like to get into this evening?
Mm-mm.
All good.
All good. Listen to you. Well, on that note, I should pull up the outro music, shouldn't I? I'd like to thank everyone for listening to this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. And we'll see you in the wasteland.
Thank you for downloading this episode of the Fallout Feed Roundtable. If you are interested in doing a play-along character with us, the show can be contacted by emailing falloutroundtable@gmail.com. For the roundtable schedule, our Amazon link, and all other show information, please head on over to asapodcasting.com, where you will find the Fallout Feed, a Skyrimatic podcast, our YouTube channel, the Chatterbox, as well as other content. Once again, thank you for downloading, and we'll see you in the wasteland.